Google. Google knows how to answer, phone up people and like tell them what to do. It'll be they're taking over the world. They already have, I guess. Or we all just dreams in Google's mind. Anyway, it's the Beck Scrum. We have Sam and Nick and Michael. Nick, you were first in. Nick, how are things going with you?
Good. So I just finished that PR, as you know, and I'm looking at the next one, and I have a question for you before I get started on it.
Okay.
So
yeah, and I guess we can look at that in the post Scrum. That's sort of a block. Anything else on your mind?
No, not at the moment.
All right, so just that one question, which we will come to shortly. Michael, how are things going with you?
Good. So still blocked on the marketing analytics thing with the AdWords API.
Indeed.
I tried to follow the instructions to get the refresh token, and when you run the Python script,
yes.
First, I can send you the Python script that will actually run, because first of all, it hasn't been properly updated to Python 3 in all instances. But so that took me like a couple minutes to figure out what was wrong. But once you do that and you run it with the, with the command lines like they tell you to do,
right?
It tells you to go to this URL and you put it in.
Yes.
And the URL is going to like ask you to basically authorize something, which I think may only actually work for you because you're the actual account manager. But I didn't even get to that point. I got this error that basically said it was the wrong type of app.
Yeah. Which I think we can have a go at fixing that in the after Scrum. Anything else on your mind?
No, that's it. And I'm looking at the events for today. I think there's nothing much else going on today except Y mob programming and SSF, right? I see local support kickoff, and that's like at 6 p.m. Are you?
Yeah, I don't know. You mean you're looking in the events?
The events on the page for the Agile events.
Yeah, no. The local support one is now bi-weekly, and it would be like that. Sounds like that's just like completely wrong.
Is it supposed to be like later today?
No, there's but the absence or presence of events in Agile Ventures is not linearly related to my level of busyness, if that's what you were trying to infer.
No, I'm just saying I'm looking at whether there's anything else going on today, but yeah.
Oh, in general, yeah, I don't know that there is particularly. Yeah, and in fact, that looks like, yeah, for some reason, it looks like I think this is when I look at the local support thing, there's an ongoing problem of like, oh gosh, it's like, it should be AM rather than PM.
It looks like the wrong time.
Yeah, I think it's the correct time. It's the wrong AM PM, and I've just corrected it. So, and it is set to be bi-weekly there. But again, there's various things that are shifting over to bi-weekly, and we need to make that's a to-do for me is to make sure everything fits together properly. On that note, yeah, my report is we did the deep learning mob at the slightly later time, but that was reasonably successful. We're getting on to assignment 2 there, back to the normal time next week, and hopefully that can stick in the same place. Yeah, that's I've got a bit of a block in that all the acceptance tests on my Node Electron thing have stopped working, and I wonder if that's related to like Phantom.js that I upgraded for Paranauts, but no, so I'll have to get into that. And yeah, I think that's about the size of it. Trying to set up some new mentor things, but yeah, that's the Scrum. I think no more events that I'm involved in later on today. Maybe there'll be the Y mob. We've got the React mob tomorrow. Let's deal with Nick's question on website 1. I do need to like deploy all of these fantastic new features from Nick and Marian and Nico and so on, which is a sort of. But yeah, Nick, what was your question? Which was the next feature that you were going to work on? Was it like the lists of videos or something? The previous.
Yeah, the list of videos. 1162 is the issue number. So I know you said just for the first run, just have it list out even the premium videos. But I mean, I'm thinking it might be like we don't really want to be listing premium videos to the whole world.
We don't, but at the moment, no premium videos are being added to the site at all. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no. Oh, I see. I see.
Like, so
okay.
At the moment, like, you're in the premium extra channel, and at the moment, the way in which those videos are being distributed is entirely by pasting them directly into Slack.
Oh,
so,
okay.
So you're absolutely right that in the long run,
okay,
when we get to the point that people will like, if we go to the events page, that we might have, for example, the deep learning mob, which I just ran, that we, when everything is in place, I might in future come to the deep learning mob and post the link in through here, like so, and then also the YouTube link. But to my knowledge, no one has ever posted any links to any of the existing mobs to take them live. And if they have, then that's kind of news to me, and we just sort of root it out.
Right.
Yeah, so I'd be tempted to go for the simpler. I mean, this is maybe bane of my life. I mean, I think people laugh at me in the street because I just go for like, it's too simple. It's like down to the bone, down to the metal simple. No, Sam, you should be doing more complex things because it's like, that's, what reality demands. But I'm always trying to take it to extremes. So,
I mean, my other thought was, so yeah, that makes sense. So, I mean, that would be the simplest thing to do. But before that, my thought was, well, since people who log in, they got like a subscription type or like a plan type, and we can easily check, are they a premium member?
Right.
If so, list the videos. If not, just display a message. You need to be a premium member to view.
Right, and well, this is the thing, and we're getting it. What we'd love to have is, we'd like to, like, as a teaser show, like, you can see one,
right?
Like, perhaps, the first one or what have you as the teaser thing, and then here's how to sign up. But yeah, that's the exact details of getting that right is all predicated on just getting that release out where we can see, here were the previous videos, which I think is going to be a big step forward for the site by itself. Right. But again, it's sort of, I mean, if you're I don't know. I'm kind of hyper cautious and conservative in that I'm always anticipating that something that seems like it should be really simple will probably blow up in my face. So it's easier to do the really simplest thing. See that, get that all the way out to production, and then go, oh yes, it really does work, and then cycle round and do another one. It's very rare that I've got in trouble for pushing out something that's too simple. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah. All right. Yeah, cool. That clears up my question. I'll go ahead and just do that then.
Wonderful.
Thanks.
Yeah, on that note, I will just jump to... we've got this issue that it's sort of a block in terms of certain... We've hooked up project joins to send email notifications, and that means, because the email's not hooked up on develop and staging, we can't actually test that functionality properly on those. Oh gosh, is that no? We get pull project develop. We can't. We can't test it quite. But I think I'm just going to do a deploy. I just do check out staging, and then git rebase staging, and I'll do my general check. And must do that this afternoon. Okay, and get your existing, because we've merged your initial, not this one, but the other one. Haven't we? I think
2301,
which is that's the one's going to show us both who created an event and who updated it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
The date font size is a little big. I meant to put in some styling to shrink it, but I completely forgot.
No, I think that can be, that'd be a lovely beginner-friendly issue or something.
All right.
Good stuff. All right. Yeah, let's deal with Michael's block. So yeah, the thing that makes this complex for me is because we have this whole thing of on Google, I've kind of got this is my base Google login. So trying to do any of these things that rely on I think it's tansok@gmail.com is my base. And then so any link that I go to ends up being interpreted in that way, and then I get rejected from it. So what I have to do, gosh, what is this? So now we were going to, so I have to go to the AdWords manager. Anyway, we're off of Scrum now, and only stay around for this if you're interested, Nick.
Okay, yeah, I got to take my daughter to school, so
that sounds like that has higher priority than you watching this. So yeah, and it'll be recorded. You can enjoy it, as you relax on Friday evening. If you need to watch it, we can find the video for you. But so, yeah, have a great school run, and we'll see you real soon.
Well, thanks, Sam. Thanks. See you, Michael.
Bye.
So then I have to find like the place to go to, and is it even just AdWords.google.com to log in with this new manager account? So we say sign in here, and then we have to say that we want to do it like this. And then we have to, oh gosh. So once we're logged in with that, so this is the AdWords thing. So then here, so you can see these different things. We've got Agile Ventures Manager setup in progress, Agile Ventures Manager, and Agile Ventures test. And this was the one that I created explicitly following that link to create a type of test account thing.
Right.
And this is the one, like you're saying, like it's asking you to put credit card details in. It's asking me to put credit card details in.
I don't think it is the one that I went to. The one, there was one that was asking, there's one AdWords client that's asking for it, and there's one that's not.
Yeah, I don't know. And we've got this one there. One account isn't active. To activate accounts and start running ads, enter billing information.
One account, but not necessarily this account.
Right. Well, I think we've got these different things in that we've got like, there's like different levels. There's like the manager account.
Right, I think that's talking to you at the manager level. Because I think the idea is that you're like an ad agency or something, and you're running ads on behalf of a client.
Right. Although in setting all these up, I've said we're running ads explicitly for ourselves. Right, there was options during the setup process to like indicate that. But so in the context for this, I mean, who knows? I'd set up a test campaign and so on, whatever. So then here, there's like, given that we're logged in like this, and I assume if I now go to here, actually, if I go to here in google.com, will it maintain the, will I not be logged in there, or will I be logged? I will be logged in as this. So then I need to go to like the console, which I think is this one.
Not to show the credentials on.
Yeah.
Might want to turn off the
video, sure. I don't think hopefully that shouldn't pop up. I'll just move it onto this other screen for the moment. Okay. So at the moment there, it tells me that I'm on the AdWords test project. I guess I've created multiple ones. Okay, so I've got one here with a web client, and that turned out to be wrong. And so we need one that's going to be type other.
Type other, yeah.
So I'm going to call it, it's the default name is other client one, and it's okay. So I've now created that, and if I go to Slack in the marketing analysis channel, this is client ID, and then client secret for this is other client one. So does that then, that potentially allows you to get around that?
I'm gonna run right now. I'm gonna say.
Yeah. I mean, I did the pip3 install of the client, and then there was like a series of configuration steps, which I guess you've done locally.
So now it tells me I have to go to this URL.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to put that URL in the either in the Slack or the Google Hangout chat?
Okay. Are you gonna go to it, or should I?
Yeah. Well, you could go to it. I mean, I'll go to it as well. I mean, but I'll do it in this anonymous browser that's logged in with my Sam at agileventures.org. That's
okay, and it's It says log in to the Google account you use to access your AdWords account and go to the following URL.
Yeah.
Then after approving the token, enter the verification code if specified. So this is all on a command terminal that I'm looking at. So you need to like give me the code, the verification code back.
Okay. All right. So there was a verification code. I'm pasting it into the marketing analysis channel now.
All right, now we allegedly have a refresh token.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna paste that because everybody's trusted in that channel anyway. We don't need to.
Yeah.
That. So.
Okay.
There's like one last step to check.
Okay.
It's actually. Let me. Make your first API call. I hate how complicated this is. It's not. I mean, it's not really that complicated, but it's just kind of annoying.
It's fiddly. It's like and I have a feeling Google's interfaces tend to be like that. They have moments of brilliance and then they have fiddly bits, and I think they don't do quite as well as Apple or Facebook or Spotify or. Not that they don't do amazing things, but
right, because you're broken. Okay, you're broken. Right. Google Ads. Like their examples. AdWords, authentication. What was I looking at? Oh, okay. AdWords, version whatever. And you think they would have cleaned this up because it's like versions in February.
And
they're like, we didn't clean it up, basically. And it's supposed to run on Python 3. Get campaigns. Okay. Open with Atom. All right. Let me see. I have to like go in and actually change their print statement. And it's funny because one of their print statements is right. It's like they seem to think they only need parens now if it's a multi-line string, but that's apparently not right. It's not like how it actually is. Let's see. Okay. Warning in the script. All right, so I have to then go in to, I have to make sure that I have, there's this other thing, I have to edit the YAML file in my user directory. Because it's like relying on that. Open with Atom. Okay. All right, so I need those tokens that we had. What is our tokens? All of our credentials. I can tell you hate this.
No. I mean, I hate it much less when you're doing it and I'm relaxing.
Client secret.
I was. My reaction there was to go to the channel and did you need that?
No, I got it. I just found it in the channel.
There was the first token that we got, and then there's the client. There's the OAuth tokens.
There's the secret, the client ID, the client secret, and the refresh token.
Okay, so those three. There was another token that we got way before that.
There's a developer token that's also in there. I think we're okay on, but no.
I mean, that was something that was created in association with a different manager account. There's the manager account that corresponds to our actual live AdWords thing, and then there's the manager account that is this test manager account.
I don't get what's going on now. Okay. Google Ads, it's saying exceptions, invalid client, the OAuth client was not found. That's weird. Is this like the wrong clients? So if I go into Python and I go from Google Ads, import AdWords, and I do this. Right. So then I do get, I think like there's just like they haven't, I don't know what they're doing. I think they are not like,
Yeah, it'd be nice if you could submit a pull request and you'd probably get a great, well-paid job at Google by demonstrating how you'd fix it all for them.
campaign service. All right, let's see. So that's, I don't even know what the hell that is. Default encoding. Why is this saying, it's saying the OAuth client was not found. But then when I actually run, I don't, well, where is this emanating from? Oh, line 72. Right. Huh. And then line 72 and then line 55. Oh, right. All right. Campaign service equals. So you have like you have a actual campaign in there, right?
I've got like a test campaign in there.
Huh. Because it's choking on.
I mean, do you need that campaign number?
I mean, I don't think we're supposed to need the campaign.
I mean, so this is the test manager's account where I created a test campaign that is not active.
Oh. Like, I don't think we need it, but
no, fair enough. Are you getting an explicit error message?
Getting this stack trace that's like invalid. OAuth client was not found.
Okay.
Error invalid client. Error description.
I don't know if there's some additional step for me to activate the client. I mean, I've got it creation date as 10 minutes ago. I mean, you know, checking, check the ID and secret values as I mean, I'll go and double check what I pasted into the, where is it? Marketing analysis. Yeah, so client ID starts with a 4, ends with a .com. Client secret starts with, I think that's a 0 and ends with a B. So
I think I know what it might be.
Oh yeah.
When I copied. Oh, is that it? No, it's not it. But we did change the error. Okay, we got further along. It was that the / was. There was a, after the .com, there's a /.
Okay.
Okay, and so now we're getting a somewhat different error. Authentication error, client customer ID is required. Client customer ID is required. Oh.
Customer ID. Is that now, would that be the, I mean, there is a like 505.893.0872, which is that's the kind of top level account that
Client's customer ID is required. Google Ads required. Client's customer ID. And I felt like there was a client ID, but it didn't say client customer. See, someone's got this. Client customer ID under AdWords has been set. Let me see, is there... Oh, here it's they mark it as an optional field.
Uh-huh.
Do you have a client customer ID?
Well, I don't know. See the thing I just posted into marketing analysis. That's the
right.
That's the Agile Ventures Test Manager kind of ID. And that's been referred to.
Right. It's not the test manager. It's the AdWords account, right?
Right, but that's what they've sort of called it in other contexts. Is they've called that the the customer ID.
So now I'm getting, it just says info request made.
Okay.
Request. So where is this emanating from? Info Google Ads.silk request made service campaign service method get URL campaign service. I'm not even seeing that word. Like, I wonder where that must be coming somewhere inside the library. I don't think this is an error. Let me show you. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, let me see, share my screen. There you go. See it? Like, I ran the Python script. It doesn't actually say an error anymore.
Okay. So does that maybe mean that it's working?
I mean, allegedly. Apparently it's working now.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm not getting...
Well, there's no data.
There's no data being shown at all.
No. Yeah, it would be nice if it came back with, like, the campaign ID or whatever. What's the actual command that you're issuing there? You're
this get campaigns. The get campaigns, which would print a campaign. Say it says, like, here, campaign with ID. And status, like, was found.
Right, so and it's printing out. Maybe that means that it's like the data coming back, it's not actually getting.
And it's not printing, like, no campaigns were found, which is really weird. Like, these are, like, two bifurcations here. And this starts out true, so you would think you would end up, like, if I do print hi, I think you'd end up in there somewhere. There you go. You're in there, you hit hi. Right. Okay. There, what happens? See what I mean? It's like, I don't understand why we hit the other side of, we hit below that if else.
Yeah, if it's looping through campaign and page entries, that means that page entries was like an empty what have you. I mean, why don't you print out the page there instead of the loop thing? Like,
just do print page.
Right.
Total number of entries 0.
Right.
So That doesn't look good.
Well, it looks like, I mean, at least it's authenticated and it's got you but maybe the campaigns, it only shows you active campaigns, for example. And the campaign that we have at the moment is not active. Because
How do you know?
How do I know it's not active? Because there's no billing things. It can't be active.
Right, but that seems kind of ridiculous. Like the whole point of the test API, right, is that you're not, like the point of this is to scope out what the API can do. And if I'm not getting even fake data back, then it's kind of ridiculous.
Well, I have no disagreement with you there. The entire thing does seem completely ridiculous.
Like my understanding was that the idea of the test account is that one gets fake data back. Even if it's all zeroed. It's like all zeroed out, but...
Yeah, I mean, I hadn't received that impression one way or the other. I just followed the specific link to create a test manager account and, you know, so on and so forth. I mean, I think that like there are various things that we could do. For example, you know, we could go ahead and try and create one of these OAuth things associated with the live manager account and go on with, you know, trying to apply for the full level access and so on. I mean, conceivably there's some way to insert data into this test campaign that we've created.
Okay.
But,
I mean,
yeah.
Maybe it's because you don't have any ads. Do you have an ad in the campaign?
I don't think so.
Then...
No, I did create an ad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got an ad in it. I mean, it says that it's the status of the status is enabled.
It's enabled.
It's enabled. I mean, you can see here. I mean, I created a ad group here, you know, to have something set up.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems.
But also, I mean, given how poorly the script that you're working with seems to have been maintained, is it not possible that there's other things that are wrong with the script, such as it's like looking for like what you ideally would want to be able to see is not just the results from the page, but exactly what the URL is that's going out and what's coming back. So did it not tell you in the output there what the URL was?
It did. It does tell you.
Right, and the URL just, it's like, do you want to just show it to me again? Like, it has like /campaigns. There's no parameters on it. There's no
AdWords, Google API. I mean, I don't know whether this is like everything or.
And it says it's campaign service. So I mean, I would be tempted to look at the docs for campaign service, like,
yeah.
You know, and maybe it needs other things in there.
Right. Maybe it does. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so just, I mean, for reference, I think, yeah, I've spent about an hour on this today. I sort of suspected that it would take that amount of time, and we've made some progress. There's clearly many other things to do. I'm probably going to have to go now, but I'll keep watching. You know,
I think it's spent. I think part of that is because you created the wrong account type.
Well, it may indeed be because. I think it's clearly the case that it's all my fault. There's no.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's. I guess I should have told you I saw it in the docs, but I guess you didn't see it until after you.
Well, I'm not sure what you're trying to say there. I mean, in as much as I created it in the docs, you sent me a doc. It said go to this link to create this kind of account.
But it told you in there explicitly to use other.
No. Oh, no. That you mean the right? We're talking about different things now. I'm talking about creating the test manager account. There's in the docs creating a web client versus another client. Yeah. So that took a little bit of extra time, but yeah, those are the kind of things that happen. So by you saying, oh yes, you did the wrong thing, you seem to be saying, oh, it's Sam's fault that it took the hour. If Sam had been functioning better, had performed better, then it wouldn't have taken an hour. And it's kind of, you're dismissing my point, which is, you know, I was suggesting that come what may with the various things going on, it will likely take an hour. You're right that there's you know, sometimes that time is taken up by missteps and so on. No disagreement there, but I don't think it detracts at all from my fundamental point about how much time it took.
Right.
Anyway, we can continue exploring, and you know,
I mean, I guess the question is whether it's worth an hour to you or not.
Well,
setting up this test.
It's always. I've got at the moment. I've got people who want to give me £40 or £50 an hour for work with them. I'd love to have this analysis done and have access to all of these things. I'd love to enable you and Chris to do all the things that you want. You know, there's an ongoing balance that I have between sort of helping out things on spec. There's lots of people in the developers community who want help of one kind or another, and I, you know, have to be carefully managing my time. I made the decision today to put a bit more time into this to see if we could make some progress. We've made as much as we had. You know, it's an ongoing balancing act.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a question of whether it's worth the time or not. Because if it's really not worth the time, then it's probably not worth the time for anybody to do it.
Well, I think this is it's one of those unanswerable questions. Is it worth the time? It's all a gamble. I think the point that I was trying to make was about, you know, estimates of time. We often might think things will only take so long, and then sometimes they take long.
Yeah, it's very easy to say that there's somebody willing to pay me £50 an hour, versus me investing time in something that may pay off.
Right.
Like if that's your calculus, then basically you're always going to go with the person who's paying you to do what they want.
Because today I didn't. Like in particular, what I've got now is I've got a private project where they've block paid for me up front, and I count my hours, and I can choose to spend an hour, and I will tick that off, and that's then. And when I've used up all those hours, I'll get another block of those hours, and you know, the faster I use them up, the quicker I get paid. But so today I decided not to do that hour on that, and I thought I'll try and help Michael as much as I can. Because
thank you for that, though.
You're welcome. But I guess what I was going back to is what's challenging sometimes. Is I think it's going to take an hour, and you kind of dismiss it and say, "Oh, I don't think it's going to take that much time." In this case, it turned out that it did. It seems like that's, you know, as you say, at least partly my fault. But as we know, all these things ultimately are.
Yeah, it's just I didn't want to spend like an hour of premium time on this, because it was like, I imagine we're going to need a lot of other time for this particular project in premium.
I understand it. Well, good luck with working out the next stage. I will be back online later and on tomorrow. I'm going to be away over the weekend. But we'll see if we can make further progress.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye for now.